Hi everyone, thought we'd come out today and talk about my tent. I'm using the Eureka Midori 2. If you're looking for a good bang for the buck, then I think this is a video you might want to check out. This tent has really worked well for me, so let's get into it. All right guys, let's get this fly put on with the YouTube magic and get a little ahead of the game here. So let's do it. All right guys, let's get into the stats. The stats on the 1-person and the 2-person Midori tents are as follows. The height of the tent is 3 foot for the 1-person and 3'7" for the 2-person. So while it's not a substantial difference, as you will see, I can stand up crouched over in the Midori 2, whereas I couldn't do that in the 1-man. So that 7 inches does make a big difference. The length is 7'4" for both, and that's always going to be the same across the board as far as no matter how many person tent it is. And the width is 3 foot for the 1 and 4'7" for the 2-person, and that's where you get your size difference, right? Be able to accommodate another person. So the weights, 1-person 4 pounds 2 ounces, 2-person 5 pounds 3 ounces, so about a pound difference. The pack down size is almost the same when I pack it into the bag I use. As you've seen, I use the Revelate Designs salty roll, and really good bag. Highly recommend if you're looking for a bag to shove your sleeping bag. I don't use the bag that the tent came in anymore. It's just easier for me to slide it into the Revelate Designs bag. So I'll put a link on the bottom if you guys want to check out the salty roll from is it salty or sweet roll? I'll put that on the bottom of the screen from Revelate Designs. It's held up really well over the last few years. Very waterproof, no signs of failure whatsoever. Little discoloration from being on the rack and whatnot, but still holding strong buckles and everything, so I would recommend taking a look at that. So like I said, not a huge difference as far as lugging it around from the 1-person, but the space you gain inside is invaluable, so definitely worth checking out. Prices, the price of, let's check this out. So the price of the 2-person is $250 and the price of the 1-person is $200. That's going to vary a little bit depending where you get it. Of course, those prices are in Canadians. Okay guys, one thing I want to mention real quick is just a little suggestion. I used to fold my tent all the time when I put it away, but after seeing a few people on YouTube just shove it in the back end instead of folding it, I honestly find it's the easier way to go about things. Yes, your tent's going to be a bit wrinkled, but it's really no big deal. You get wrinkles in it when you fold it anyways too. So if you're going to use a tent long term, some people say that it helps from creating creases from being folded the same way all the time. I don't know if that's true. I just find it a lot easier to shove everything right in a bag and not have to worry about it. So just keep that in mind. A little pointer, you might want to try it out sometime. Just save a little time having to, fold the tent. Just my experiences, guys, I can tell you that this is a fantastic tent. It has given me no problems. So I do want to talk about a couple of the things that I do not like about it. There are a few things. They're not deal breakers. They don't affect the overall performance per se of the tent, but they are little things that have driven me a little bit crazy. So I'll just share those with you now. Okay, one thing I want to mention is these toggles that come with it. They are absolutely very frustrating. As you can see how small they are based on my hand here, like very small. They need to be a little bit longer. They're very tedious to get in properly, and then once you get them on, they're a little shitty to get off. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. There is a gear caddy that hangs from the ceiling. I have put it somewhere else because of those toggles, it falls off all the time. So I haven't been using that, but that's no big deal. There are some side pockets, as you can see. Here, over there, 2 up near the head space where you can put your phone and stuff like that. So double door, which is beautiful to me. That is the most beautiful thing about having a 2-man tent, as well as the double door. You can put all your stuff under the other vestibule. I'll try and pull a clip You can put all your stuff under the one vestibule and then just use the other door to get in and out. You don't have to be walking around all your bags and stuff like that. So it does have an air vent, but I would say most tents could probably do with it if they put the same type of air vent just on the other side. Like right over here would probably be really helpful. The big battle people have with tents is the fly getting wet on the inside. Even if it's dry on the outside, no rain, dew or anything like that, that is the big battle people have. So yeah, like I said, I really do recommend this tent. Bang for a buck, yeah, I'm looking at some other tents in the future, and if I did have the money, I would probably have one. I've traveled with other people who have used other tents, you know, and I don't want to start naming tents because they're all good. They're just way more expensive. So to give you an example, the MSR Hubba Bubba, a couple people I've traveled with, I think that's the one they were using. The same version, they're really roughly the same size, is about $550. So roughly about twice the price of the Eureka Midori 2. Like there's probably going to be some things that are going to be better, like the toggles. Yeah, so just to give you a reference, these are the tent stakes that came with it. As you can see, they are a little bent. These are just two that I didn't put in, but yeah, that's the one thing I would recommend is to get yourself some aftermarket good stakes. Get them through Big Agnes, MSR, wherever, but get yourself some really good rigid stakes, because these ones, they will bend under any resistance whatsoever. So those are my complaints about it. Nothing huge. Again, you can get some different stakes, pegs, whatever you want to call them. I might try to put some different toggles on, but I'm not sure I'm going to get into that. If I don't get a new tent, maybe I'll consider doing that. But you know, like I used the Eureka Midori 1 all across Canada. And then I got the Midori 2 more recently because like I said, I wanted to have more room. So thought I should do a video about it because no one really talks about this tent a lot that I've seen anyways. When I looked on YouTube, there was some videos, but not as much as I think there should be. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to get into this bike packing. And one of the things is it's so cost prohibitive. So, you know, you go looking, you know, see all these people camping and they've got these MSRs, like I was talking about, Big Agnes, the Z-Packs, Duplex, you know, $1,000 two-man tents, and they're like, man, I can't do this. Guys, check out Eureka. There's some other good ones out there, and I just can't think of their names off the top of my head, but I can recommend Eureka because I've used them. I've been using them for a few years now, and I can tell you their stuff is really good. So yeah, like I mentioned, there's those little nitpicky things. Some people might not have the issue with the toggles. The pegs are what they are. I think most people are going to have an issue with that. Some people might find the toggles fine. But yeah, I kind of found them to be a little tedious though. So anyways, like I said, you should do yourself a favor. If you're on a budget or if you just don't want to spend a lot of money on a tent, check out the Eureka Midori 2. Okay, so I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions or anything to add, please let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you guys are getting out there and doing something you love, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.